I would love to go on the Bahamas Registered Stock website, and I would like for you to just guide me through it. Is that
Sure.
something that you would be?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's do it.
awesome. So to our audience, right, we want to make sure that everyone could really understand the process of it, right? So what I did is I typed in Central Bank Bahamas, Bahamas Government Registered Stock. I put that inside of Google, right? And the first link is what brought me to this page. So Bercario, what do I do from here if I want to, start investing into the Bahamas Registered Stock?
So this is a landing page, just giving you a brief overview of our different issuance. So what I would say, let's click the Government Securities tab.
All right.
So once we click there, you click the drop down arrow, you'll see the different investment opportunities, our market briefs. So we're at Bahamas Registered Stock. So let's just click the IPO. So the first link.
Yeah, we about to invest today.
So here we have our most recent offers. So the last one was in June. So if we click that link, and this would have already passed, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So if we click that link, you'll come to this page. And this will give you all of the information needed. So the first thing that you would see is the prospectus. So let's click that first link, prospectus.
All right.
This is the information on the offer. So it gives you the offer amount. It gives you the open and close date, which is normally 3 days. So this was June 8th through 10th. And the auction day, that's for commercial banks and broker dealers. So we can ignore that. And then there's the settlement date. So the offer settles on the 15th. But generally, again, you only have 3 days to participate during the offers. So let's look at the table. So the table gives you the different tenors, the interest, the yields, and the maturity. But I really do want you guys to focus on not the actual amount in the tenors, but focus on the tenors, which is the years to maturity, 3, 5, 7, 10, 20, 30 years. And then right next to that, the coupon rate. So each of those tenors have different coupon rates. So just depending on what you would like your interest rate to be, you can do a simple calculation, 1,000 times the 4.1%, that's the 3 years, and then divide that by 2, you would get, we pulling up, we doing it in lifetime. I love this.
1,000 times what?
4.10 or 4.1%.
$21.
Right. So this equals, so that would be your interest per year. And you'd get this $41 for 3 years, because that's the 3-year tenor. But every 6 months, if you divide that by 2, that would be $20.50, right? All right. So that would be your interest payment for the next 3 years, every 6 months. And that's just a simple calculation just to figure out, what your interest would be. So obviously, the more you invest, the more your interest will be. And then you have to take into account the interest rate. So if we go for the 30-year, which is what, 6.59%. So let's do the $1,000
$1,000.
times 6.59%. All right. So your interest per year for 30 years is $65.90. Divide that by 2,
32.9.
32.95. So for every 6 months, you'd be receiving $32.95 for 30 years. So that's a significant jump from the $20.50 versus the $32.95. And that's just, if you want to go for something on a longer term or some on a shorter term, but you see there's a difference, and that's just based on the interest rate.
I just want to clarify something as well so the audience could understand, right? And this is compounding interest, meaning that
No.
no, it's
No,
not compounding interest.
it's
Oh,
not
okay.
compound. So listen, if this was compounding, man. So this is simple interest, it's not compounded. So a lot of individuals, what they do, they'll have a designated account where the interest would go and just leave it there. So that's what a lot of individuals do, but it's not compounded. And we don't hold the funds, we don't hold the interest once it matures. So in this 2054, so once it matures May 31st, 2054, you'd get your last interest payment. So you get this $32.95 and your principal amount if you didn't do any redemption, which is the $1,000 once that matures. So it's not compounded.
But I just want to show people something that I just want to see what happens when it's 10,000, and then I want to see what happens when it's 100,000. So when it's 10,000 times, what was the number again?
6.59.
6.59%.
Mm-hmm.
659. That's good.
That's per year.
That's per year.
Mm-hmm.
And divided by 2. And then this is how much we get every 6 months.
Every 6 months for 30 years.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
And what I like about it is, right, it is a safer investment. Mind you, all investment carries risk. And once again, not financial advice, it was not, but it gives people an option, especially if they want more security over their funds. Now, 6.59%, 6,000. This every year, and we divide it by 2, and this is what we get every 6 months.
Every 6 months for 30 years.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
Now, I will say that another great characteristics for the Bahamas Registered Stock is that it can be used as collateral with broker dealers and commercial. Yeah, so that's another bonus or plus with the Bahamas Registered Stock, which shows the credibility of these particular investment options. I'm glad that you're hovering over that table there. Another thing that we want to pay attention to is the maturity date. So even though we're now in a phase where we're doing reopenings, which means that these bonds would have went to the market previously and now we're reissuing some more bonds from that particular stock. So let's just say this was in June. This was June's Prospectus, right? So if we look at the maturity month, normally you'll think if I buy in June, then my interest payment would be 6 months from June, which would be December. Not necessarily. So if we look at the maturity date, so just scroll up just a little bit, which is the last column. So you see those different maturity dates. So it's May, April, May, October, April, and May. So you want to pay attention to those because that would be your interest payment date, disregarding the year, which is the maturity, but that would be your interest payment date plus 6 months. So May, it would be May and November. April would be April and October. Yeah. So just be mindful of that when you're purchasing stocks because these are reopenings. We haven't had a IPO, which is initial public offering, for quite some time now. So we're in the phase of reopenings. So a lot of people would think I bought this in June, then, my interest would be in December. No, you have to pay attention to the maturity date in that regard.
All right. That's good. And
I just want to clarify. So now that I have the information, I've looked at the charts. I say I want to go for the 3 years at $10,000 or something like that. Now to put that money in and to actually contact the central bank, I would then send the email to domestic debt.
So that not necessarily. That would go to domestic offerings. So whilst we're here, we just got an information. And like you said, we have decided which bond we want to invest in. So you would then go to the Bahamas Securities Portal to the left. That's the second option to the left.
There you go.
No, left. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
That's it? That's it? Okay.
Yeah. And if you're not a user as yet, you would click sign up new user. So you'd click the first option. If you are a user already, you would click the second option to log in. Now with this, you're going to sign up using your NIB and creating a password. Once you get access to the portal, you would then select the 3-year. It'll give you different prompts to enter the investment amount. You'd get a notification to say how much funds you would send to central bank. And then you'd get an email saying that your application was sent, and it'll give you all of the instructions saying that, settlement is this date and you will receive an allocation letter within 3 to 5 business days. So I wanted to show you, because we don't accept cash or check, we only accept transfers or wires. So if you go back to where you click the prospectus,
Bahamas Registered Stock, Bahamas Registered
IPO,
Stock, IPO.
yeah. Yes.
We learning, fam. We learning.
All right. So click the first one. So we're still in June. Now to send the funds, we want to look at is this the correct This is the result. Sorry, go back. So click the second link, Bahamas Securities. Go to the next one. Yep, IPO. Yeah. So click the prospectus one. Yeah, that same one, May 29th. Yeah, right there.
This one.
Yes. And so scroll down. That's the prospectus. We saw that already. Scroll down to the bottom. There are several links to the bottom. All right. So here you see the second to the last option, reopening additional information for CBOB BRS customers. Scroll down, right.
I
Yes.
see it.
So this actually has the banking information, which is that table there. So what we tell customers, once you are interested or you're ready to send the funds, you can add us as a payee in your mobile banking app. So any of the commercial banks. And when you're ready to invest, you just send the funds as if you're transferring to someone using this information here. So you won't have to re-add us again to your banking mobile app. So it'll always be saved there. You can just send the funds whenever you're investing again. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Once you do it once, you can do it again. And then if you're sending funds from any of the credit unions, then they'll also use this banking information to wire the funds to us. So you have different ways of sending the funds. If you don't have funds on your local banking account, or if you have funds in a credit union, they can send the funds to us as well using this information.
Awesome. We definitely learned today how to actually invest in Bahamas Registered Stock, and we have the whole process down now.
Yeah, the hardest thing, what I would say, is a lot of people just have to take the time just to read the information. Everything is literally there. And once you do it once, you can do it again. It's literally just a few clicks and sending your funds and just, reaping the benefits of your investment.
Where can people contact you or even contact the central bank if they want to learn more information about this?
Well, I'll say to contact us, you can email us at domesticdebt@centralbankbahamas.com. Once you send that email, it will go to members of the team and someone will respond to you promptly. And you can say, hey, I'd like to set up an appointment, and we'll facilitate that with you. So the email would be a key instrument in trying to get more information. If you just need, after navigating the website, if you just want to talk to someone, we can set that up. Just send us an email and we will respond to you.
Awesome. And once again, to our audience, always make sure that you get the emails from official sources, especially the Central Bank Bahamas website. There are scammers. There are people who are trying to take your information and steal your money. So always be safe, double check, triple check. And, once again, we just thank you, Mr. Bodie, for just coming on to the show. And to our audience, we hope that you enjoyed the show about the Bahamas Registered Stocks. And we'll see you next time.